Saturday's quarterfinal matchups in the American Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship are set. Let's take a look at the matchups for you. The opening game of the day will be with the 4th and 5th seeds, the USF Bulls against the Tulane Green Wave, and it tips off just after noon Eastern Time here at Mohegan Sun. Tulane fought hard to advance into the quarterfinals. They had a hard-fought 67-61 win over Tulsa on Friday. The Green Wave fell behind by 10 in the opening period, but fought back to advance. Arsula Clark led all scorers in the game with 20 points, 10 coming in the third quarter alone. Crystal Freeman added 17. As the 4th seed, USF earned a first-round bye. The Bulls come in having won 4 of their last 5. Elena Chineke, number 5 for USF, was named the Americans Freshman of the Year on Friday. She's the leading scorer for the Bulls. Chineke scored 14 and 11 in the Bulls' 2 wins over Tulane during the regular season. And then there's this. USF has never been eliminated before the semifinal round of this tournament before, as in ever. And they've made the championship game in 4 of the 6 years in this conference's history. Saturday's second game features the 6-time conference champion and 4th and 5th nationally ranked Uconn Huskies taking on the Temple Owls, the 6th seed. Temple scored a 67-57 win over East Carolina Friday to advance. The Owls' Mia Davis is the only player in the American who averaged a double-double for the season. Davis was named first-team All-Conference on Friday. Also named first-team All-Conference were 3 members of the Huskies, led by the Americans' Player of the Year, Megan Walker. Walker averaged 19.5 points per game this season, best in the conference, as Uconn again went undefeated in league play. Now, because of a quirk in the conference schedule, these 2 teams haven't played since November 17th. That was an 83-54 Husky win in Philadelphia. Uconn comes in, having won the last 14 in the series, and looks to go 137-0 in the American with a victory in the quarters on Saturday. The evening session will begin with the 2nd seed, the UCF Knights, taking on Wichita State, the 7th seed. Wichita State got through their first-round game after leading by as much as 22 points in the second quarter by hanging on and fighting off a very determined Houston squad. The final was 72-64. Every one of the 9 Wichita State players who got in the game scored. The Knights are led by senior KK Wright, who was named first-team All-Conference here Friday. KK had a career-best 37 points in her last game, which happened to be against Wichita State on Monday. UCF wants to get back to the championship game for a second consecutive year. Their road starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. And finally, the nightcap matchup will feature the 3rd seed, Cincinnati Bearcats, against the 11th seed, Memphis Tigers. Cincinnati scoring leader Ramari Thomas was named first-team All-Conference for a 2nd straight season on Friday. Thomas was 2nd in the American in points per game, averaging 18.5 per contest, and in the only meeting of the regular season between the 2 squads, hit for 23 points in a 73-66 Bearcat win. Memphis won the 11-6 matchup in this tournament for a 2nd straight year. Despite having only 7 players dressed, the Tigers shot 60% in the second quarter and 56% from 3 in the game to advance past SMU. So there you have it, the 4 quarterfinal matchups on Saturday in the American Conference Women's Basketball Championship. Play begins here just after noon Eastern Time.